Hi guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be doing a video on how your view or perception of yourself might be distorted and how you can better view yourself, basically, because everybody really needs to start seeing themselves as the successful person and giving themselves the recognition that is due to them. So we have three piles, 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your higher self and pick the pile you feel most drawn to. And if you guys enjoy this reading, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It really helps my channel out, and it's a great way to give back for the energetic healing session I'm bringing to you today. And another great way to do that is through donating to my channel. You can find my Amazon wishlist, PayPal, and Cash App all in the description box below, and I truly appreciate anybody who does any of those things. And I really appreciate all of you who leave timestamps as well, or anybody who checks out my other channel, D's Storytime. It's in the description box below, and any likes, shares, comments, or subscribes over there, I truly appreciate that as well. That's where I share a lot of the poetry that I use on this channel. And let's get started with pile 1. For pile 1, how is your view of yourself distorted? First off, you are a very powerful leader. You are somebody who has a lot of courage, a lot of fire. You are somebody who is really meant to be seen, meant to be heard. You leave a very great impression on the world around you, and I really don't think that you see that so much. We also have this little leapfroggy thing. You could also be somebody that has healed through a lot, and somebody who really has been able to stay in touch with your inner child, even though you are this leader as well. Osmos, INSP 2021. I found that on the ground. I find a lot of my charms on the ground, honestly. Well, a fair amount of them. Probably about a third of them get found on the ground. We also have this little binky here. You could be somebody who's very good with children as well, or somebody that just, you may not voice your opinion as much as you should. I don't think that you feel your opinion has as big of an impact as it does, or maybe you see yourself as needing to be quiet or nobody wants to hear what you have to say, but you really do have a very powerful, strong voice, and it creates a very large impact around you. You're also somebody very in touch with nature. You may really like to wear a lot of interesting pieces of jewelry. You may like a lot of homemade things as well in general. And kids really love that too, because they know that they can give you anything and it's going to bring you happiness and you're going to be very grateful for it. Where a lot of adults would really kind of sneer at it or not really like it or care about it. Even if they pretended to, they really wouldn't like it so much. Where I feel like you get a big smile on your face and you're just so happy that they decided to create their little creation for you. You are definitely somebody very loved by children, very looked up to, and very inspiring as well. And you create a very strong impact on the minds of youth, especially with your communication. Your communication is so important. At some point, you could have allowed yourself to be silenced, or you could have really broken communication in some sort of way. Communication could have been broken between you and some children in your life as well. And I don't think that you realize how much of an impact that has made on them. They may not show that. Something along those lines for some of you. So let's see what else we have here. The lamb, the raccoon, and the turtle. You're a very patient person. You're a very deliberate person as well. Everything that you do has a purpose and a reason behind it. You're also very spiritually connected. You may meditate a lot. You may be a very peaceful, calming person, somebody who brings a lot of peace to the lives of others as well. You may also be an inspiration to people because you're somebody who really believes in the motto, slow and steady wins the race, and you patiently and diligently work towards your goals. And you don't give up when the going gets tough. And I really feel like you are somebody who really inspires people. People really do look up to you in a lot of ways. You may be seeing yourself as like sneaky or You may be seeing yourself as sneaky, or maybe even as somebody who is just a follower, or maybe as somebody who's just really slow and nothing's ever getting done and it just seems like it's going nowhere. But really, honestly, you are on your way to a very solid position because of your patience and your diligence. You are very committed. You definitely have a lot of discipline as well. And you are somebody who really cares for yourself in a very good way. Mary Had a Little Lamb is coming to mind. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. It followed her to school one day, school one day, school one day. It followed her to school one day. All the children laughed and played, and then everybody got in trouble, I think. So you may even feel like your voice causes trouble, and that could be part of the reason why you stopped using it. There could have been a lot of conflicts or a lot of confrontations because of the things that you have to say, but the things that you have to say are very important, and do not let anybody cause you to silence yourself. Seven of Swords. The Magician. The Knight of Cups. And the Ten of Cups. So you may be seeing yourself as well as a little bit emotionally immature, maybe even emotionally manipulative. You might be seeing yourself as sneaky or as sneaky, manipulative, twisted in some sort of way. Maybe even toxically positive, or you might be seeing yourself as I feel like you place a lot of people on a pedestal above yourself, and when it comes to you, you're a very harsh critic. You are definitely somebody who has all the skills, tools, knowledge, the ability to love, the ability to have passion and drive and ambition, the ability to communicate, the ability to be able to cut through situations and to express your opinions. You really have a lot of unique capabilities and the ability to create a lot of happiness in the world around you. You are definitely somebody who creates a lot of happiness in the world around you. Some of you could actually be children's writers, and you create a lot of happiness in that way. Writing, poetry, art, your imagination, storytelling. Your ability to believe in big things, your ability to believe in your dreams is very inspiring to people as well. To believe in happy endings. You may sometimes feel like you're just making this stuff up, or like it's all BS that you're just talking, but you truly do believe in these things, and it really is a good thing that you believe in these things, because that's what you're manifesting into your life. You're manifesting this beautiful, happy ending into your life, this beautiful fulfillment and happiness and positivity and joy. You bring so much happiness, joy, positivity, love, and light to the people that are around you, and especially those who look up to you and follow after you. You are a very intelligent person. Somebody who's very good at communicating, somebody who has a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts and a lot of perspectives that are all your own and unique. And you may feel like you're just copying the ideas of others because you are inspired by the ideas of others. But there's a difference between being inspired by the ideas of others and copying them. There's a very, very, very big difference there. Being inspired by the ideas of others would be this video right here that I'm doing because somebody was doing a video about how are you going to be viewing yourself in the future? And they thought that that was a good video idea because somebody else had done that video idea. She did credit the person, but she thought it was a good video idea because she feels like people should take the focus off of what other people think and bring it back to what they think. And that's where I got the idea for this video, is I wanted to see how people might be viewing themselves in a distorted reality and help them to see the good characteristics of those qualities. And so, complete shift in the type of video. So not the same idea, completely different idea, but that's the types of things you might be doing, is things like that where you gain an inspiration from somewhere outside yourself, and then sometimes you may feel guilty about it because you're feeling like you took it from someone else when really you created a completely different and unique idea and put it out there. You may see yourself as sneaky, you may see yourself as deceptive, or as wearing a mask, or as like a wolf in sheep's clothing. But here's the thing. First off, I really don't like that saying, because you know what? Yeah, somebody pretending to be a follower when they're a leader is not necessarily a good thing. But a wolf is a leader. A sheep is a follower. The shepherds of the sheep are canines, correct? And so the wolf would be the shepherd, if that makes sense. There's actually a song that I listened to recently, Masked something. It's called Wolf, and it's by Masked something. If you know the name of it, put it in the comments below. It may actually be in my high vibes list, actually. But he says something about, I'm not a sheep, I'm a shepherd, which means I'm with the canines or something like that. And that's actually the first person I've ever heard besides myself that has used that, because that is very true right there. Wolves are the shepherds. And wolves are not solely evil. People make them out to be evil because they're different from us. But if you ask me, there's plenty more evil people than there is evil wolves. Wolves are just doing what comes naturally to them, and what comes naturally to them is taking in and adopting babies that aren't even their own species, where humans a lot of times will kill babies that aren't their own species, which is pretty sad. I actually had a friend whose grandmother murdered the baby rabbits he was taking care of in a cage by throwing him in the river, and made him watch as they all sat at the top of the cage gasping for air and screaming as they were drowning inside of the cage. That is pretty messed up, and that's a human that was doing that right there. So anyway, back to you. The distortions you may be seeing about yourself are things where you might be seeing your charisma as manipulation. You might be seeing your ideas, because they come from inspiration from others' ideas, as something that was taken, but it's something that was yours, something that you came up with, regardless of whether or not you had inspiration from outside of yourself. You also may be seeing yourself as moving far too slowly, but the slow pace that you're taking is going to bring you much more happiness in the long run. And so that is what I have for this pile. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and I would love to hear what you thought about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonated with you, what you might be going through, some of the good things about yourself. I would love to hear some of the good things you see about yourself. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Think about donating. My Amazon wish list, PayPal, and Cash App are all in the description box below. And I do offer personal readings as well, and you can find my prices in the description box below too. So let's move on to pile 2. Oh, I forgot to say goodbye to pile 1. Anyway, pile 2. How might you be seeing yourself in distorted views? And what better ways are there to see you? Yes, that came out as word soup. Word spaghetti, word soup, word vomit. Okay, you may actually not be thinking that you are a very good communicator, but you are an amazingly excellent communicator. You might actually feel like you talk in circles or rhymes a lot, but I feel like you are understood far more than you think you are. You're a very peaceful, calm, and down-to-earth person. You may also be somebody who really enjoys the beach or hiking or just outdoors activities a lot. For some of you, you might actually feel like nobody understands that, but there's a lot of people who understand that. You're just not around the right people if that's the case. You're very, very strong. You may not see how strong you are. You may actually be very small and timid is the word that came to mind. But you have a lot of strength within you, a lot of stability within you. And I feel like you may even be going through some tests right now just to show you how strong you are. Rites of passage. Yeah, exactly. You may be going through a lot of rites of passage right now. You may be seeing yourself in a distorted view because of some of the situations that you're going through or the things that you're facing right now. But these things that you are facing are happening for a reason. And they are rites of passage for your path in life. Going through a massive transformation. You may not see just how important the transformations that you are going through right now are for your spirituality, for your religious purposes, for you as a person, and how it's really going to bring out the best in you. Everything that you're going through right now may be very hard, and there may be a lot of hardship or a lot of hurt going on. There may be a lot of situations that are testing your communication as well, and you are really going through this so that you can see the strength that you have inside of yourself. You have a lot of strength inside of yourself. You are definitely a leader, somebody who is very sharp, very wise, intuitive, somebody who sees things from a higher perspective and higher level as well. Somebody who is large and in charge, and you may not be feeling very large and in charge right now, but that's just because you're going through a lot of things before you get to sit on your throne. Queens don't. Queens don't is the song that just came to mind. Some girls might, but queens don't. The moth. I love that the moth is here and the butterfly is on this key over here. So, the distorted views you may be having of yourself. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Because you are amazingly beautiful. You're very poised. You're calm, peaceful. You bring a very solid presence into the world and into the lives of others around you as well. You may feel like you only attract a lot of dark, negative, lower vibrational things, but you know what? If you're anything like me and a healer, then you're always going to be. It doesn't matter how much you raise your vibration, you're always going to be. And a lot of the things that you are attracting is so that you can look inside yourself to see, because we can only see what is present inside of ourselves in ways. And we may not be acting on those shadow sides, but those shadow sides can definitely be inside of ourselves as well. You may not be seeing how beautiful your heart is. You attract in a lot of energies because your heart is so beautiful and all-encompassing. You're a very unconditionally loving person. And that unconditional love makes people feel safe, comfortable, and amazing in your energy. Strong boundaries are a must for somebody who is like you. And at the same time, do not close off your heart because you feel like your heart is the problem. You may actually be seeing your heart as a problem. The Lovers, the Page of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. So, you have chosen to walk away from certain situations in favor of self-love, which is a beautiful thing. You have really been learning, growing. You have been through an immense amount of things throughout your life. You are very wise, very intelligent, very effective in your communication skills. You have very solid boundaries, or if you don't yet, you definitely will in the future. I really feel like you have walked away from a lot of things, and you may actually feel somewhat guilty for walking away from these things. You may feel like you are cruel or mean, or like you were too cutting with your words, or you were too brutal in your honesty. Or you were, which honesty is so much better than sugar-coated bullshit any day of the week anyway. So you are honest, yes. But that is an amazing quality about you because not everybody is honest. You may also be seeing yourself as somebody who might be manipulative or cruel. And really, I feel like you are so loving, so beautiful, so kind and amazing. And it's hard for you to be in this energy of having to cut people off and having to set boundaries and having to really put your foot down and tell people what's what. But telling people what's what is self-love. It's also tough love. And it's also very needed. Tough love is love too. Self-love is love too. And telling people the honest truth is love, whether people want to see it that way or not. People a lot of times will be like, oh, you're supposed to be nice to people that you love. You're supposed to lie to them and tell them they look amazing when they don't, or whatever the case may be. And you know what? I'm not saying tell somebody they look like a pile of shit. What I am saying is you don't have to lie. And you don't lie. You're a very honest person. You are also somebody who is very vibrant, very playful, very joyful. You really like to go out and have a good time and have fun. You may even be dating around a little bit right now, really trying to decide what it is that you want, and really not putting up with a whole lot of bullshit because you don't want some codependent, toxic relationship. You want something very interdependent, very free, and very loving at the same time. Something with love, trust, and respect. And you're waiting for that to come around. And you're not going to accept anything less than that. But you may also be seeing yourself as picky or as expecting too much or looking for perfect, and that's not what it is. What it is you want somewhere you can feel calm, safe, comfortable, loved, and at peace. The same energy that you give out to others, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to have that same energy that you bring to others given back to you as well. That's called an equal give and take in a relationship, and you do deserve that. You are definitely somebody very free, very independent, somebody who really is good at making choices, somebody who is really good at putting your foot down, expressing yourself, speaking your truth. You have been through a lot, but you're also a very wise teacher as well. You may also have a lot of people watching you and a lot of people seeing you going out and having fun. Maybe even some of your ex-partners may be seeing you going out having fun, causing a little bit of trouble in that. But you know what? I wouldn't worry about that too much. Just enjoy yourself. Have a good time. You deserve this good time. You've been through hell and back, and you deserve to have some fun and to really just enjoy yourself, to have a good night out. I also really feel like you are looking for your soul family, and you may not be seeing that there are definitely some people around you who could be very much in that energy, who could be people that really you would vibe very well with, but you might be a little bit too protective of yourself right now to be able to open up to that energy. And so running into some of these people that may be having some of those same problems, those same emotional intimacy type of issues, or the same issues with allowing people to get too close, things like that. A lot of those things you're seeing in others right now may be very present in yourself. And if you're judging them harshly, then you're judging yourself harshly as well. You may not be noticing that you're judging yourself like you are others, but you are definitely doing that. So it's time to really, when you start to think a judgment about somebody, look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I see something about that in myself? And what needs healing so I'm not hating that about me or another person? You're very, very intelligent, and you have so much love inside of you that it just falls out all over the whole world around you. Even if you think you're being harsh and critical and mean, you are still giving that beautiful, loving energy to others. You are also very good at communicating. Very, very good at communicating. The Page of Swords can actually represent therapists or peer counseling or things like that. And so you definitely are somebody who is very good at communicating with others as well. You also take very good pictures of yourself, and people may admire those pictures. There may be a lot of people who actually admire you from afar and are a little bit intimidated to come in towards you because they may feel like you're going to cut them down, and when you do, you're going to be very truthful about it, and there's nothing they can even argue with because everything you said was right. And so that can be a hard energy to deal with sometimes. You definitely do have people admiring you though, and you may not see it. You're very good at communicating as well, and I really feel like you are an inspiration to many. There's a lot of people who look up to you. So that's what I have for you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys thought about it in the comments below, whether or not this resonates with you, what you might be going through, who you are, and I really appreciate you guys being here to watch. And if you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you could like, share, comment, subscribe. Think about donating to the channel. I got my Amazon wishlist, PayPal, and Cash App all in the description box below, and I truly appreciate anybody who does that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. So, pile 3. What ways may you be distorting yourself and your vision of you? Wow, that was hard to say. I'm having a really hard time saying that. So we have a call to action here and a crown. I really feel like you are definitely a leader. You're being called into action. You are being called to do something. It's time to really open up your mind, to not be so judgmental of yourself or the world around you, to really believe in magic, believe in the messages, signs, and synchronicities that you're receiving. Believe in the ideas you're having or the inspirations you're having, the imaginations you're having. Jacob Lee, Conscience, great song. He actually says something in that song about we wouldn't have these ideas if we weren't meant to have these ideas. So do not be disheartened by the ideas that you have simply because they're not the same as the ideas everybody else has. And you may actually have a lot of confrontation coming your way from other people for your beliefs. Who cares? Stand in your power and stand up for your truth and believe in what you want to believe in, but allow other people to believe in what they want to believe in as well. You're very protected in your journey, and you may actually see yourself as somebody who isn't capable of traveling, but you could definitely be capable of traveling. You might be seeing yourself as very worn down or just less than your best, or like you are placing your bets on the wrong things or something like that, but really you are very protected in the path and the journey that you are taking. You definitely are capable of manifesting a great deal of protection into your life and also manifesting a great deal of abundance into your life, especially on the front of being able to afford things like traveling. You are somebody who has the keys to your passion. You have the keys to your own passions, to your own desires, to your own wants, to your own needs. You are also definitely somebody who has the keys spiritually in some sort of way. You are definitely a spiritual leader if you picked this pile, whether you like it or not, and whether you see it or not. Abstract views. So you may be seeing yourself in a non-complete version of you, like only seeing pieces and parts of the whole picture, not really making much sense of what you're seeing. What you're seeing may be coming off as very different or out of the box, or as something that's just not a full picture or completely put together, or like you may actually have ADHD for some of you who chose this pile as well. Scatterbrained. You might be seeing yourself as scatterbrained or as like too different for this world, but you are exactly what this world needs. Exactly what this world needs. ADHD people were born that way for a reason. I completely believe that, and people really just need to get some more patience on their asses instead of actually trying to force them to conforming into the little boxes they want to place them in. Gray rocking. You might actually you might have dealt with some narcissism or some gaslighting or manipulation. You may actually be seeing yourself as that in some sort of way because of others gray rocking you. But I feel like they are doing this to try to get you to feel that way about yourself. If that's the case, people may have moved away from you, breadcrumbed you, or ghosted you, and are maybe trying to get you to see yourself as less than you are because they don't want you to succeed at what you're doing. Ephesians 6:19. So this is also, these both remind me of the wand suit because of the clubs on them, and the clubs and playing cards is wands. The spades is swords, the hearts is cups, and wow, I lost my train of thoughts. And the diamonds are pentacles. But anyway, Ephesians 6:19. Really, you are somebody who has the courage to be able to express the things that are coming through from the divine realms. You have leadership within you, the ability to make changes in this world, the ability to contact the divine realms, and the ability to bring those messages forward. All it takes is the courage, and I feel like you might be lacking some of that courage right now, but you have it within you. You are being called to action. You are being called to listen to the words being sent to you. and to take those words and express them out to the world around you, because your words will make a very great impact. If you look up Ephesians 6:19, it is something to do with being courageous enough, allowing you to be praying for you to be able to be courageous enough to be able to express the words of the mysteries of the gospel that you are seeing. Something along those lines. Gazelle, rabbit, vulture. So, you may end up around a lot of lower vibrational energies and entities. You may even gray rock in those situations. You don't need to do that. You are here to speak. You are here to act. You are here to move. You are not here to fall back and fall away and hide your light from this world because others can't take it. The vulture is very important to our ecosystem because the vulture is able to eat all of the deceased animals who are diseased, and all the flesh is diseased. When they eat it, unlike the rest of the animals that eat it, they will not get sick from this diseased flesh. So instead of that diseased flesh sitting there and getting eaten by a bunch of different animals that can spread those diseases to humans and water and other animals, or the carcass being left to rot into the ground and releasing those diseases into the ground and into the water, the vultures come along and they eat up those diseased flesh, and they take care of that diseased flesh without being impacted or affected by it themselves and without spreading it to the rest of the world. So you are definitely somebody who is quite capable of being able to transmute energy, being able to be around those lower vibrational energies and not absorb their energy, but to be able to transmute that energy, to send them your energy, and to be able to transform their energy into a positive vibration. You are here to heal the planet, to raise the vibrations of the collective, and I know this because that's what I do. You shift the vibrations of the room that you enter. The room does not shift your vibrations. And you may not be seeing that about yourself, and you may actually even be seeing yourself as some sort of scavenger or some sort of sponge. You may actually be absorbing a lot of those energies. If that's the case, then you really need to be able to get into energy cleansing, protection, shielding, things like that. And that will help you out on that front. But I really feel like you are afraid to go into those dark spaces. And you're facing a lot of fears, a lot of paranoia, a lot of worry, a lot of doubt. Because for some people, yes, it is toxic. And everybody will tell you it's toxic, it's toxic, it's toxic. But there are people who are capable of being around that and not being brought down by it. And you are definitely capable of being around it and not being brought down by it. As I told my mom when she was really worried about me, that, you know what, if I die doing what I love doing, then so be it. No happier place to be for me. Because she worries about me a lot, because I am around a lot of lower vibrational things. And a lot of people that everybody else would say are evil people or not so good people, the unloved people, the unwashed people, the neglected people, the people that are thrown in the trash by everybody else. And yes, I have walked away from a fair amount of people myself as well, when they are toxic for my well-being. And that is a key thing as well. You do have to show discernment in that. But it's time to overcome that fear and to realize that you are a very fertile being, and that everywhere you go, you plant seeds of light. You are very poised, dignified, calm, stable, steady, and sure. You may even see yourself as somebody who is mired in darkness because of the fears or anxieties or worries that you have at times. But everybody has those things as well. So I'm just throwing that out there too. The Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords. These cards are not cooperating. And the Six of Swords. So, you're somebody very discerning. You're somebody very honest. You're somebody who sees through the lies of others. So people are never going to be able to pull the wool over your eyes anyway. You see the toxicity, you see the darkness, you see that lower vibrational energy. And like I said, you're able to transmute it. You're able to leave this darkness and go to this light. And for one thing, it's all in your perception as well. Your perception of yourself and your perception of the world around you. You can live in hell if you're seeing it that way. Or you can live in heaven if you're choosing to view it that way. You're somebody very valuable. Somebody very nurturing, caring, giving, generous. Somebody people look up to. Somebody who has a lot of time and energy to give to others, and you give so freely of your time and your energy, of your efforts. You really bring gardens to life around you. You bring people back to life. You help people to see their own value and know their own worth. And you are a very valuable person. You're a very loyal person, a very honest and committed and stable person, a very grounded person, somebody who's very abundant, fruitful, fertile, somebody who's very honest, somebody who has a lot of integrity. You are definitely somebody who loves to learn as well. You could also be somebody who might be a writer, or you may have some very amazing things within your writing or within your speech that really create a lot of change and has a lot of truth to them. You may think that you're impulsive, or you may think that you don't communicate well enough, but you communicate honestly. And I really just don't feel like you're super impulsive. I feel like you think about what you do before you do it. Sometimes you think about it too much and you overthink it. And it's like the sky is falling, but the sky is not falling. Because every darkness you face, you come back out again and the sun comes back out tomorrow. You are definitely somebody who is capable of going through immense amounts of pain or darkness or hurt or despair and still being able to come back out the other side. Better than ever, wiser than ever, stronger than ever. You're somebody who's able to leave behind the darkness, and you're somebody who's able to create light in the world around you. You are also somebody who is able to truthfully see the good parts of every bad situation. I really feel like a lot of times you view yourself as mired in darkness or mired in despair or anxiety, or like you just don't think well enough, or you don't communicate well enough, or nobody's going to take you seriously when you speak or when you express yourself. But really, I feel like there's a lot of people who really look up to you and rely on you for your guidance, for your truth, for your honesty, for your stability and your strength. And I really feel like you are very poised, very dignified. I feel like you handle intense situations very well, and you may actually think that you freak out and you lose your shit and you have no idea what's going on. But at the end of the day, you handle every situation you face with such poise and dignity and integrity, and you really are capable of turning anything negative or dreary or dark into something beautiful, amazing, and wonderful. And this is an amazing quality to have. So yeah, I really don't feel like you are seeing just how amazing you are. Magical even. Some people may even see you as magical, literally, for the abilities you have to be able to create change and impact in the world around you. And growth and success and beauty in everything you touch. So that is what I have for you guys, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys thought about it, whether or not it resonates with you, what you might be going through. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, or think about donating to the channel. You can find my Amazon wishlist, PayPal, and Cash App all in the description box below, and I truly appreciate anybody who does that. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.